Nathan?
Nathan, maybe Clint, actually.
Did Brunar get banned out?
Clint will be good, but yeah, that's only if they have another frontliner.
So
Okay,
they
they
go
got
G-Rock.
the G-Rock.
There's
Starting
the
to like
tank
the
and
Clint a
Mini.
little bit more.
Yeah. I think you still go for Vex here if you're Echo.
Yep, she's left open, and I think that's what TNT was setting up for.
Yeah.
TNT allowed for that. Oh, she didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't expect the lady there to
Lilia
get
or
surprised.
Vex actually for Echo.
I think if they're ready for the Lilia, do that.
Yep.
So
And
oh, Glue.
Oh.
okay,
They don't care.
Blue Vex.
Oh, that's why TNC banned it out earlier. They had a hunch.
Yep. Okay, so you're left with, oh man, what's a marksman that can actually last against the glue?
Yeah.
Ooh, Nathan maybe.
Yeah, Nate does quite all right because he, as far as I remember, he absolutely shreds through the little mini glues.
Man, do you go Freya now? In this case, like,
I hope not.
That doesn't sound fun.
I think TNC was trying to set up the prison pick. Like they were trying to trap
Yeah.
Echo, and then Echo was like, you know what? Never mind.
never mind.
I'll just pick the glue.
Clint stuff,
Yeah, I think-
Nathan stuff.
Everything is tough actually, just because of Mino plus glue.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be left with whatever works with yours.
Oh.
So, okay,
Oh,
There's the
it's
Harith.
a blue boy,
that's gonna
a
be
blue-haired
tough.
boy, or silver. Is this blue or silver?
White.
Both.
Yeah,
White.
He's colorful.
yeah.
Depends on the skin. All right. It looks like they've
not
agreed, and so far I'm worried because a majority of the reliable damage that they're putting on is magic,
Yes.
right? You can have some damage from the Benedetta, some damage from the Barats, but your cores, again, in practice, are magic.
I think if you're TNC, you wanna end this quick.
No, for sure.
Yeah, that's the main win condition and probably the only win condition. End this game as soon as possible. And to be fair, even with the Valentina picked up here for Hatred, there's not much that you can actually copy, right? I mean, what do you copy? The Vexana ult,
Minoan.
Fury.
Minoan Fury, perhaps. That's decent.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
All right, let's get back into the Land of Dawn for Game 2. It's match point for the House of Highlights. Echo looking to zip through, zoom out of this matchup with a sweep. Let's see if TNC can stop him doing just that.
Oh.
A counter start, rather a mirror start here for Ryzen and Zaida.
There's this potential of the Grok trying to invade, but then
He
yeah,
just-
we started to do it.
Yeah, he checked in and then just moved over.
Yeah.
I think he went there thinking that Echo will start there. So maybe that's
Oh, no.
why. And now he was forced to use the flicker out.
Oh, he's okay.
It looked like that was a good read by Echo, yeah? But they were like, oh, we're up against a Grok. If we start here, we might get invaded. Start here instead.
Yeah, I wonder what. Oh, okay, so there's actually no chance for him to invade because he went for the Guardian's barrier anyway. So I think, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a
So he wasn't planning to do that.
yeah, it was
Huh.
a panic to do it.
All right,
He's
he
just
checked-
literally just scouting,
Yep.
He just wanted vision.
just information.
yeah.
That's okay.
And it's a value you get out of the Minotaur. By the way, you have so much damage with your
Oh.
leap. He actually stole the Lethal Wanderer.
The desperation stomp.
Yep, the stump.
How the map's looking right now, especially with how the draft looked, rather. I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure onto Heads here, but he's been pushed back by this glue. And I think Echo understand that, and they want to pressure this Benedetta. Because usually in lineups like this, right, Wolf, like it relies on the EXP laner to sort of help you build up pace in the
Yeah.
early game.
Oh,
The pokes from Super Yoshi hurt.
Yoshi was put
Zaida,
down.
he was...
Yeah, Yoshi was
Yoshi
put
was the one
down to a
put down.
third of his health
Yeah.
from Zaida, who barely just hit level 4.
Especially because usually, okay. I mean, usually Groks pick up what, maybe tough boots, so you don't necessarily have the anti-physical
Oh.
damage that you need.
Is this going to be Grand Theft Turtle is the question.
Oh.
I don't think the TNT Pro team know where Zaida is. That's going to be a fight engagement. No one fear. Big one. And that's going to be more than enough help for Zaida to be able to secure that first blood. Plus the turtle for Echo. Nolan gets it. Can they get another? Super Yoshi trying to get away. No, he does not. Double kill for Echo. And a purple steal at that. That looks like a big early game swing in favor of the Express.
That was premeditated theft from the House of Highlights. Take that clip. That was amazingly set up. And again, there was very little in shenanigans. He just literally just walked up and
Yeah.
clicked Retribution.
And that's a 2,000 gold lead because not only do they get the purple buff, they take it away from TNC, they get 2 kills, they got a lot of outer turret and shields in the middle. Everything that Echo needed in the early stages, they got.
Yeah, and it looks like Ryzen couldn't retreat at that moment. It looks like it was Zyda ahead by a second and a half or maybe even 2 seconds looking at the ticking timers. Now Invade. TNC want their own version of Grand Theft Purple this time around. Can they balance it out? Oh, Ryzen actually going to be able to secure it, and JP might get punished. Detonus welcome onto him there. Eternal Guard also out here.
Oh, he missed!
No! He missed! It was Ryzen who gets punished instead, and Super Yoshi now have to run for the hills. Double kill! That's 4 early kills for Zydus Nolan. Again, to mirror Wolf earlier when he said, why would you let this Nolan through as JP with a Minoan Fury, or Hatred rather. There's 2 Minotaurs. Can't blame me for it. Able to get away. Echo rolling away with it. Almost 4 minutes into the game.
Oh, that was miserable. Ryzen missed it by maybe, what, 20, 30 degrees?
Yeah.
And that spelled the doom for TNC now. 3,000 gold. Echo's favor. No chance for Ryzen to keep up. There's always that dilemma where if you lose the first 2 minutes of the game, you can rush getting back to recovery. But because of you rushing and being too anxious to get back into the farming battle, you lose even more. And that's literally what happened to TNC. They didn't cut their losses.
Oh, and this is tough given that in game 1, it was, again, their discipline, their map control, their cross-game procedure that actually suffered. Now they're in the same position again, if anything worse, because they're clearly on the defense.
Yeah. It's also clear that the Vexana is a much stronger mid laner compared to a Valentina. And it's only because of one thing, the scouting prowess that you can have from the Vexana.
Yeah, the range, the poke, it's so helpful. I like the final blow, entry petrify as well. Heads chasing after Sanji. TNC Pro Team calm and controlled. They want to secure this turtle to even out the momentum of Echo. Unless Zyda says yes, he will get the turtle. And that's going to be the ultimate committed onto the JP by the Barret. Zyda going to be chasing after Nomad, who's chasing after Sanji. Can he get the Vexana down? Yes, he does! JP and Sanji fall, but the Harith gets exploded on by the Nolan. Zyda 5-0-0 in this game.
2-for-1 trade, but all this time it was a 4v5. Check it out. Outplayed off camera, off map, just pushing. Same thing he did in game 1.
Whew. Be a big problem now for TNC because not only is the position 1 having a lot of farm that's outplayed as the Claude, left in the open. You also have your position 2 also very farm with his second item. That's Hunter Stark and Heptaseas at 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Folks, Wolf is referring to an older MOBA principle wherein you call the heroes by the roles based on their need for golden XP.
Exactly.
So that's why 1 is outplayed, their gold laner, and then in this case, 2 would be the jungler, in this case, Zyda. So that's all about, in case you're wondering what POS 5, POS 4 means eventually when people do mention it.
Oh, Yoshi! Oh, face check! But he's going to be able to get away. Power Nature helps him out. Sanford is feeling it now, though. TP's behind the first turret.
He's holding Hatred hostage?
Yeah. Ryzen and Yoshi there as well. Heads. Electro final blow, and the Petrify is going to be available for him if he wants to enter, but no. Oh, Echo is feeling it. They are in the zone.
Nowhere in the map is safe.
Nowhere at all.
And TNC is in the reverse zone. They're really tilted right now. Even Super Yoshi, very unlikely to miss a wild charge.
Yeah.
But whiffed it. Man,
Oh.
it's not looking good for TNC's camp now. They have to reset, not only when it comes to their objectives, but also mentally wherever they're at.
And this is tough because, again, we are talking about the big leagues, the tippity top, cream of the crop. These players, mechanics are just secondary to them. They have to focus on macro now, but when you see these little slip-ups, a missed wild charge, a Detna's welcome thrown into air.
Yeah.
That's difficult, so that means, yeah, I agree. Twice over, TNC need to focus back, get back to their center. Oh, wait, here we go.
Ryzen, Detonus welcome there. On to Sanford. Can they get the
40!
glue down? And that's going to be a free turtle. All the space provided for Zyda to be able to retribution his away without a problem. Ryzen now taking the run of damage on the side of TNC Pro Team. Echo's going to be able to get the kill onto the Barrett. A blazing duet. Outplayed. How many kills can he get? That's 2. Will it be 3? Will it be a wipeout? There goes Yoshi. That's a triple for Outplayed. And that's a wipeout in favor of Echo.
That's all she wrote. 5 for 1. More than worth it. 40 for 5 members of TNC. Off the back of a turtle, too.
As TNC utilizing their Daytona's welcome on to Sanford, which is, by the way, a very questionable idea. You don't want to go for the glue at this point because even when you put him low, he can utilize the ultimate and then he's back and then he's okay already.
Just regen.
All right.
And to be fair, TNC landed a good wild charge from Super Yoshi, landing onto 5 members of Echo, but it wasn't enough.
Look at the book, Zyda.
Yoshi!
Fracture from out of nowhere. The jungler of Echo, another one, 6-0-2 now for Zyda.
In TNC's defense, a lot, or actually 100% of the Detna's welcomes pulled over by Ryzen were either on JP or Sanford. That's it.
Yeah.
So that means they're just getting what they can. What
JP,
they got?
Big Minoan Fury. He's actually not going to be able to land anyone, but he gets the control, and outplay goes again with the blazing duet. While in the back line, godlike is Zyda. As him and another member of Echo, I believe it was Sanji. It was stopping Ryzen from joining into the fight, but Sanford gets punished. Too greedy, maybe a little bit is Echo, as a tower in the mid still stands. But at this point, the lead for Echo is that massive that they can afford to get it. Another fracture onto the face of TNC. Nomad falls to Zyda.
The straight up graveyard underneath tier 2 in mid for TNC.
Bodies.
Whew.
That's what a 10k gold lead looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look at how Echo devised it with the way that they jumped. They know that Outplay can be there with a Purify off of cooldown. They can go for the jump with JP. He gets out, and then that will be Outplay to finish it off. And then Zyda with the Retribution also freshly off cooldown gets another kill onto Nomad, a very important hero. So yeah, Echo is playing this absolutely well.
Yeah, I remember we talked about how ever since Fracture lost its CC removal, we always said Nolans have to be more calculated. This is one of the most calculated Nolan performances I've seen. You see him waiting in the sides, looking for his perfect moment, that entry. And Zyda keeps getting it and getting it. He's really making the most out of the Fracture, and every time he joins in.
If anything, I've noticed that now that he's clearly ahead, now that he's miles ahead of the whole TNC squad, the margin of error actually is just shrank.
Yeah.
Like, there's very little he can do wrong now.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to really wait as much. Just the mere sense of him, just the fact that he might be in this bush is enough for TNC to scramble.
Now Echo are going to be pushing forward. Sanford with a split under the pace of Echo in their faces, and he is feeling it. It's 40. Echo are just going to be able to get towers here. TNC can't even get out of their own base because this Lord is out to stop any of the push of Echo. Now, Echo back off just a little bit, but TNC Pro Team, they know it's dire straits, and Echo knows there's nothing TNC can do about
This
it.
is irreparable damage.
Emotional damage.
The TNC's map, the structure that they have, there's not enough that's coming in for Nomad to actually be within range of threatening anything.
Yes.
And there's really not much that they can do in the late game as well. Like at this point, 11 minutes in, it's still the mid game. They should be the ones in control. They have Harith, as well as the Barretts. They don't have that late game insurance.
Yep.
It's on the side of Echo. You have still the Claude and Nolan, still pretty strong in the late game. And Echo can, honestly, Echo can play with their food right now.
Yeah, and look at the Barretts. The hero designed to make food out of heroes has turned into food himself. Poke damage alone.
Oh man, look at the map. This is cruel. Echo with the freeze. All the more worse for Nomad and Hatred. Like, there's nothing that's coming in terms of farm, man. Look at this. What's the count? 3,000 between them and their lane mate?
Yeah. That is dire straits. And I feel like now would be the appropriate time to use that meme from The Simpsons. Stop it, he's already dead.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Oh, well, Echo seems like a team that will actually just go for the juggler this time. They're just waiting for the next Lord to spawn. And by then, they will not have to face 2 inhibitor turrets. It's going to be a lot easier for them to siege.
Yep. Bare minimum, they take down all the turrets and then maybe get a kill or 2.
Yeah.
Worst case for DNC, it's just over now. Gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the largest gold lead we've had standing within the game before it ends?
This season,
All season, yes, right? 13K.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge.
Just one there. And now we're just going to be waiting after this. And I feel like I could actually use this time to just like go back Because it has been stuck in my head as well as to why Super Yoshi picked up the Guardian's Barrier. But then I remember that's a tactic that some Indonesian roamers do.
Yeah,
They
so
don't
you
use
said-
the power of nature to steal. They'll just use the Guardian's Barrier from range to steal away early buffs.
Yeah, because the projectile speed is so much faster.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
really fast.
And also, you do it to kind of control the lanes
Uh-huh.
at the start of the.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, blocking them, right?
Block-
Ala Lusty.
Yep,
Ala
that's right.
Lusty.
But obviously, it did not work. I think for TNC, it was the third big Benedetta that kind of made it so difficult for them to recover. Kind of felt like they had to really just resolve to this kind of pick where, okay, you got the Benedetta, but you don't have a valid marksman to go with it. So if they picked up the Brody instead, right, things will be totally different here for TNC.
It's like they picked. Oh, wait. Zaida.
Oh, whoa. Heads doing really well up against the
Oh,
side.
no!
Can he- oh! It was just that massive. The lead that Zaida has over that Benedetta. What an exchange, though. Heads, despite being behind. That was... Okay, I'll be honest. That was cool to see.
That was
Anime
cool.
sword fight.
Anime sword fight, yeah. How close are we to ending this?
Very close.
Oh, yeah. Last we checked, Echo didn't have that Lord with them, but now they're under the base of TNC. Look at Zaida biding his time yet again. Sanji, can he even be reached by the members of TNC at this point? The entry coming in by JP Bigelow and Fury, forcing out the flicker from Hatred. Zaida takes a fair bit of damage. Nomad dashing in and out under the base just to make sure that he can clear the minion waves, but he gets cleared himself. Ryzen gets taken down. Hatred, last man standing, blazing duet. That is signature. Echo Express, the system. TNC can only stand and watch as Echo sweep them in the series.
Echo on the fast lane, zooming straight for the sweep. 3 points to the Orcas.
And not only that, game number 1 looked close and looked like it was TNC just getting it, but then again, we know that because of Echo's playstyle of the Express playstyle, but also with a touch of like good macro, they were able to